Welcome to Gamer Green. I'm your host Andrew Rodriguez. Today I'm going to finish uh, kind of my wall. As you can see, I already scored it out. So when you make that bend, it actually looks, which is kind of cool, like a 3D wall. Um, Again, I'm just using blue pen because it actually comes out really nicely. So what we're gonna do? Well, today we're gonna make like pillars and maybe wall turns. Well, I'm going to show you. Again, I'm just using the drawing method. I'm going to follow these lines to actually draw, you know. So what we do is just draw straight lines across, making sure you're making a nice bend. So press a little hardly. Really good, just regular disposable pens are good for this project. So what I'm doing, I'm just bending it. Since I'm making a corner piece, I have to stick with kind of a three-dimensional look. So when I bend it, it actually should follow the contours of the rock. As you can see, I scored the edges, but lightly, so it won't bend to break. Basically, I just made a press scoring. Press scoring is kind of my word. That's when you're cutting with pressure to make a bend and a fold, not actually cutting it. So you're just applying pressure to an edge. And it's also really good for just cardboard. You can't really do it with you can't do it with a very thin cardboard or card stock. You can only do this method with cardboard. So what I'm doing right now is, as you can see, I'm bending it and I'm flexing it to actually make it look like 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 a pillar that's gonna come out. As you can see, look, this is the brick wall, and when you make a turn, it's going to have to contort to that shape. So you have to draw the design so it could kind of look like a brick, kind of like a brick pillar. You could use the same method when you want to make archways. So you could just do this as a cheat, just draw this out, and then fabricate a archway piece that goes around. I will do that later. I'm promising that for now. For now, I'm just trying to show you how I'm going to do this. So, again, just drawing. Since it's one huge piece, see how it is really closely. You see the presses. Let me zoom in on that. So you can see the presses. You can see like the little. Now I'm gonna pull it back. You can see the little swiggly lines that I drew from last week, and you can see that how it kind of looks like rock. And it's kind of interesting how what you can do just by pressing hard enough with the stone. So as you see, I'm drawing it right now. So when I do this, when I bend this piece will look like it's part of that piece of brick. This piece would actually look like it's a little part of this brick, and so on and so on. So when you draw it, it actually looks like blocks. Once I finish it and start gluing this thing together, you'll see that it'll actually show this apart. Like I'll make like certain cracks here, draw little like swiggle lines there, and really get into it. Sometimes if you have color pens of different shades and different sides, color pens are kind of expensive, and I'm just showing you how to do it on the cheap. If you really want to really desire to have that good effect, color pens make this project phenomenal, and that is when you don't want to resort to printing. But this is really just a project of the cheap. So as you can see, I'm just doing the little squiggly lines. I know I'm talking a lot this time because usually I normally don't talk much, but this is the part where I really shine, is when I actually detail little designs. As you can see, well, as you can see, I'm actually drawing it, trying to give you a nice focus. Yeah, I have this eye, kind of like this eye, the eye flip, so it's kind of a freakishly, cheap, cheap internet camera. But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and really doing it quickly, and not trying to mess up a little bit. And, you know, doing it, trying to make that design. And later on, I'll show you the finished product in another episode. Okay, this is one of my longer episodes. All right. Well, thank you. I'm your host.